Good morning.
Morning.
And welcome to Loch Brora in Sutherland in Highland, Scotland. There are loads of brilliant reasons to live in the Highlands. Beautiful lochs like this, and hills and mountains and Highland coos.
Highland coos?
They are just the best. They weren't always that colour, you know. They used to be black back in the old. They've been around for thousands of years.
There's still the odd black one.
But it was the Victorians that decided they wanted them the kind of ginger, orangey, browny colour. How do you breed a ginger? You know what I mean? The colour, how do you get Highland cow to be ginger when it's black? I don't know. Write in, people. You'll know.
Hair dye.
Today, we're going to do I am going to do a spot of wild swimming in the loch. The weather's perfect for it. It's nice.
Not a chance for me.
It's nice and mild. I say mild, 12 degrees, which is mild for where we are. It's only spitting of rain, and it's not too windy, so it's ideal conditions.
12 degrees, it's nearly July.
So we're going down to the other side of the loch, and I'm going to do a spot of wild swimming. Now, I can hear you from here. The majority of you are like, what? Idiot! Jumping in cold water, why would you want to do that?
I said that this morning.
We nearly got Sean to do it, you know.
No, we did not.
I ordered one of those 1920s bathing suits.
Oh my
lordy. The stripy
lordy.
ones with the hats and the white trousers.
No, I want one of those 1920s diving suits with a big head and completely protected.
Gingers and big heads, where is this going this morning?
Oh my lordy.
It's, even though we're at the side of the loch, this is not where I'm going to go swimming. It's just a little short drive ahead. Shall we take a coo with us? Back in 1872, Queen Victoria came here. She was actually staying at Dunrobin Castle, which is near Golspie, about 5 or 6 miles away from here. And she came up to Loch Brora because she enjoyed painting, and she did a couple of watercolours, one of Carroll Rock, which is just on our left-hand side ahead of us, and she also did a painting of like fishermen pulling nets out of the loch. Now, on the hills at either side, there's like herds of deer just roaming freely, red deer. And then up in the sky you've got eagles and ospreys, and in the water you've got salmon further down where the loch turns back into the River Brora, and you see lots of fishermen standing in the river trying to catch salmon. That's not what we're doing today though.
No.
Here we are at Loch Brora.
On the beach.
And the sun's come out, which means it might feel a little bit less Baltic when I get in there.
No.
No, it won't, will it? There's a lot of evidence, though, that suggests that cold water swimming is good for people that suffer from anxiety and depression.
Ah.
Because, you know, when you get in cold water, you get that instant kind of, yeah, and it's like a fight or flight response of stress. But the evidence suggests that gradually building up your tolerance to that level of stress can lower your overall levels of stress if you do it regularly and build up.
Yeah, because you're not thinking about all the stress then, you're just thinking about the cold.
About the cold and getting a warm bath. And you all know that I suffer from quite a lot of stress. I don't deal with it very well. So I do enjoy wild swimming because it is building up that tolerance to stress. But we'll have to see longer term if it actually has a benefit. Now, the key to this is the cold water, because it has to be cold. But I don't know how cold that water is, because there's a river that kind of comes into it and goes out of it. So the water's always changing, and the water comes from the hills, which is pretty cold.
Yes.
So I've brought my friend along, and he's going to tell me exactly how cold it is.
It's a temperature duck.
It's going down. degrees Celsius. Oh my god, that is Baltic. First thing I've got to do is get into costume. And I picked up a little inspiration from a superhero I really like. Are you ready? it's weird, and you might be asking why I'm wearing a wetsuit when I'm supposed to be acclimatising myself to the cold water. Well, I am, and I'm only just starting wild swimming, so I'm still acclimatising to it. Now, the best way I do this, this might make you laugh, is that I do come skinny dipping here and at a couple of other places, and I kind of come in, get acclimatised to the cold, swim for a few minutes, and then get out, maybe come back in and do that 2 or 3 times. Now, obviously, YouTube doesn't like footage of me skinny dipping, and neither do most of you probably, which is why I've got the wetsuit on. Also, because we're filming, I'm spending quite a lot of time in the water, so the wetsuit just makes a little bit more sense. Now, you do still feel a little bit of the cold because a wetsuit doesn't stop the water coming in. What happens is the water seeps in through cuffs and through where the boots are, and also through a little bit at the zip at the back. But it forms this very, very thin layer of water between your wetsuit and your body, which heats up to body temperature. So you do feel cooler, but it doesn't feel cold by any means, and it actually means you can enjoy the swim. So if you want to come out here and you don't want to experience the cold, and it is quite cold, is the water, then you can wear a wetsuit like this, and again, just get used to it and enjoy it safely. The other thing about a lot of lochs in Scotland is you can't actually see very much. If I put the camera over here, you can kind of see my hand and watch how quick it disappears. The visibility is probably only about a couple of feet, if that, and it's not pollution. The water is actually really clean. It's very tiny particles of peat, because the Highlands is made up of a lot of peat, and that kind of gets into the water. So even though the water's really clean, the visibility is not always that good. Here at Loch Brora, like most lochs, there's kind of a shallow shore where you can paddle and walk through. And then there's literally a cliff edge. You just walk off. So be careful if you're not a strong swimmer that you don't walk out too far. When you're getting out, you have to be careful of the rocks because the visibility is quite low. You're kind of treading tentatively. You don't want to find a jagged rock. Luckily, most of them are really smooth, kind of large pebbles, so it's not too bad, but still taking it easy. If you fancy going swimming in a loch or wild swimming, I'd really recommend researching where you're going to go first, and always take somebody with you, like I did with Sean, either to swim or just to stand on the shore and watch. There's loads of books on wild swimming. I read The Art of Wild Swimming Scotland, which I found really interesting. There's a chapter in there about Scottish lochs, which is written by Sarah Wiseman. She's the director of Beyond the Water, and I was lucky enough to grab a quick chat with her before I donned my wetsuit this morning to see what tips she could offer me. I know there is a danger when swimming in cold water, especially if you're not used to it. How would you recommend that people acclimatise themselves to cold water swimming?
First few times that you go into open water, you're not going to be in there for more than 2 or 3 minutes, and a lot of people sort of think, well, what's the point? Well, the point is over time you start to habituate a little bit to it and become more acclimatized, and your body gets used to what's going on there, and you can start to spend a little bit longer in the water. And if folk are using it for things like mental health and those sorts of benefits, actually the first 2 to 3 minutes is the best part anyway. That has the most, the more significant impact anyway. So if that is what you're using it for, going in for a couple of minutes to begin with is actually still massively beneficial to you anyway.
Even though I've been down to the beach probably 100 times while we've lived here, I've not been in the water, so I'm not that familiar. Is that illogical? Is there any kind of sense to saying it's safer in a loch than in the sea? Or
I think lochs do come with a lot less hazards, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're insignificant. Check out, we need to know what the weather's doing if we go to the sea, onshore wind and oncoming tide, offshore wind and oncoming tide, outgoing tide, offshore, all of those different combinations can make the sea state feel completely and utterly different. Wind does make a massive impact on lochs. The rivers, you're talking the Loch Brora, as a river running through it, that's going to feel and and temperature-wise, are going to be completely different to, you know, sort of my local loch. That doesn't have a big river running through it. So yeah, no, I think it's quite logical to come to that conclusion that, you know, that you would feel safer.
I think a lot of the safety stuff is common sense. I did quite a bit of research, and I think it's common sense that anybody, if they're starting a new hobby or any kind of activity like this, does the research first. And although bad things are quite rare, I think there's a lot you can do to avoid them. I mean, in your experience, you've probably seen a lot more of the bad things than I have. What kind of simple things can we do just to prepare if there's an emergency, if something goes wrong?
Am I going on my own? Am I going with somebody else? What's their experience like? Are we both beginners? And then, is there any phone signal? That's kind of one of the important things. If there isn't, have you registered for 999 text messages? Because the text message can usually get through even if you've got no phone signal. So it's kind of thinking about those sorts of things. What happens in the worst case scenario and you need some help? Have you told somebody where you're going?
Well, it's been fantastic to talk to you. I'm going to plug the book as well, because people will want to probably get that if they know that we've read it and got some information from it. I've just got to make very clear, Sarah didn't write the book, just a chapter in the book. But I'll put a link to this in the video description. I'll also put a link to your website in there as well. Thank you so much. I'm sure people have got a load of information from that. And what is it? I can't remember the line that you sign your emails off. Is it safe swimming or something, is it?
Love water safely.
Love water safely. That's brilliant. Thank you so much, Sarah. Ow.
I'm getting cold and I haven't even been in.
I'm lovely and warm. I mean, it's supposed to be a vlog about cold water swimming. Well, wild swimming, but cold water swimming as well. And I'm actually not cold, but I don't always do it in a full wetsuit like this. I've done it in a wetsuit for a couple of reasons. One, like I said earlier, I've been in there a lot filming. So you're not supposed to be in there a lot when you're cold and you haven't got any protection. So that's why.
Decency.
And decency. YouTube doesn't allow my body on camera unless it's got a big black censored bar across the back of it. It is really good for you, whether it's wild swimming, open water swimming, or even swimming in a swimming pool. When you've got things like osteoarthritis, like he has, in his knees and his fingers and his neck and everywhere, every other joint in his body. He sounds like a maraca band when he gets out of bed on a morning, don't you?
I do.
It's really good exercise because it's low impact. Think of like running where you're like bang, bang, bang.
Oh no, that hurts.
But here the only impact is when you bang your knee on a rock on the way out, which we didn't film, which you've got to be careful of. But it is really good. And I will be doing it in shorty wetsuits and shorts, and I'll be skinny dipping as well, but we'll not be filming that bit.
No.
I'll put it on my other channel.
You're wetting me.
The other thing is when you get out of the water, all the water kind that's around the layer of the wetsuit starts to go south and it all collects, so...
In his boots.
I sound like I'm permanently walking in cow pats now. So what am I wearing? Well, I'm wearing a 4mm wetsuit. I've got some little boots that protect your feet from, well,
the rocks.
The little stones and the rocks, but it also keeps your feet warmer as well. I have got some gloves. I haven't used them today because, A, it's not that cold, to be honest. I mean, in the depths of winter, it probably would be, but today, and because I'm filming, I need the dexterity of my fingers, so I haven't been wearing my gloves. And you can also wear a cap, again, when it's cold, but I don't dip my head under the water, really. Even though you're supposed to, because apparently being splashed on the face is good for that stress response. What? Why do you always... Apparently that increases the stress response as well, which is good for you. I don't know what you're laughing at. I can't take him anywhere, can I?
Oh dear.
Try it. If you're up here, give me a ring and I'll come with you. What? I will. I'll go with them.
I know you would.
I will. If you've enjoyed this vlog, and we hope you have, and found it interesting and entertaining.
I found it cold.
I can't believe I'm lovely and warm in this. And if you're not already, please subscribe to our channel, because we do loads of different stuff, all to do with Scotland and explorations and Jeep and stuff like that.
All sorts.
And Highland Coos, weren't
Highland
they cool?
Coos, the brilliant.
Give the... Hey!
It's splashing.
So subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and if you hit the notification bell... I like that. My wrist is going to be as bad as yours. YouTube will let you know every time we release a new video, which is usually every Friday.
At 8 o'clock.
What? Have we changed?
No, 4 o'clock.
Have we changed?
I just thought I'd confuse them.
I've got water coming out everywhere. Oh, it's a bit like you again, isn't it? We're
It
talking
is.
about you. If you want to help support the channel, you can do it in two ways. You can join as a YouTube member. You can also join on Patreon. There's a link up above Sean's head if you want to do that. You get loads of exclusive footage and outtakes and behind the scenes stuff, what's going on in real life.
Yes.
And a bit of skinny dipping.
And a bit of skinny dipping, yes.
I don't know what we're doing next week, but whatever it is, it's going to be fun. We'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.
Ta-ra.
Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
Thunderbirds, I go.
See my little ducky, my little rubber ducky. Do you want to touch my little rubber ducky? Go on, touch it.
Why?
If you touch its bum, it tells you how warm you are. Our 3 little words. That was a Bob Marley song, wasn't it?
No idea.
No, that's Venga Boys, isn't it? I'm thinking of Karma kicking us in the bum now. 3, 2.
You like being kicked in the bum, don't you?
Yeah, not with a foot though. Now, there's a lot of evidence that suggests that cold water.
See, it's useless today.